Debt, a word hated by most, but yet so many people feel the financial burden it puts on them. Debt, whether you like it or not, it surrounds every part of life and affects each and every single one of us. Debt is a major problem in America and always has been. Just take these findings from Debt.com that says back in 2017, the average household carried $137,063 in debt, but back in 2000, the median debt was only $50,971. That's an increase in $86,000 in just 17 years. But today, I'm going to try to help you visualize the debt because you hear things like, I have $7,000 in credit card debt and I have $20,000 in student loan debt, but what do those numbers actually look like with real money? So today, I'm going to be using Prop Money from Vice Props to help you visualize these dollar amounts. And if you do want to get your hands on the same money we use here on the channel, I'll leave a link to their store and website down in the description. So with that said, if you do enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. So let's get into it. So what is debt? Well, debt is basically when you owe money to someone else and have to pay them back within a certain amount of time with interest. Debt is essentially for anyone who wants to make big life purchases such as a car or a new house. As long as you have a good credit score, you shouldn't have any problem getting money from a bank. Avoiding debt can be great for your long-term success, and I'm going to show you why. So let's take the average credit card debt that a typical US household has, and that is $6,124. Now let's say that you didn't buy that extra big TV or more expensive bag. Well, if you were able to stay out of debt and take that money and instead put it into a mutual fund that returns 7% annually, in just 20 years, you could have taken that money and turned it into $23,697. Now let's do another example. So back in 2018, the average student loan debt was $28,565. But now, if you had worked harder and gotten more scholarships, or even went to a cheaper school and came out with $0 in student loan debt, if you had invested that student loan debt in just 10 years, you would have over $56,000. So with any type of debt, the main objective is to stay out of it. Just take a basic credit card, for example. If you don't pay your full monthly payment on time, they will slap you with an interest rate of usually 17% on top of any money you still owe. 17% is a crazy amount. If anyone made 17% on their money in the stock market, they'd be jumping with joy. Credit cards have one of the highest interest rates in the world, so before you get a credit card, make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into. Debt can be very helpful in many ways, but if it's not taken seriously, it can have massive effects on your life in the long term. Some of the best things to remember when dealing with debt is to first, never take out any debt or take out a loan you don't need. And you definitely don't want to borrow money to invest that money in the stock market. Carrying more debt puts more pressure on you because even the smallest unexpected expense can have major impacts on how quickly you can repay your debt. The second thing to remember is that debt is something that most people need to make major purchases in life, but make sure you're not getting carried away. It's not free money they're giving away. Any money you take out, you have to repay with interest. And the longer you wait, the more interest you will have to pay on top of the money you already owe. So debt is nothing to take lightly. Debt can be both extremely good for advancing your life with big purchases such as a house or a car, but if it's taken to an extreme, you can have major problems later in life because you owe too much money back, but you can't afford the monthly payments on the debt and everything just gets out of control. And the debt just keeps building up and everything you make is being put towards your debt payments. So let's try to avoid that by being smarter with our money. So if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.